Hello, everyone. My name is JC, and welcome back to the Formula Nitro show, where we are finally back after 1 month. I don't know how many months it's been. 1 to 2 months, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but we are back, y'all, for Formula Nitro. I'm so happy we're finally back because it has been such a long time coming. We are finally back for Formula Nitro, and y'all are probably really excited as much as I am because this is just a big time and big moment because we are finally back with our first show of season 2. So I'm really happy, really excited, really looking forward to seeing what y'all think about this season. We've got a lot of things to talk about in today's show, so that will be really fun. So we're going to be talking about all of that, and then we're also going to be talking about the schedule, the rosters, all the things you need to know before we get into this season. So if you guys do enjoy the show, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for 1.88k. I think that's what I have right now. So I appreciate the support. Y'all are just the best right now. So I really do appreciate it. Y'all are just absolutely incredible. So we're going to start off really small, honestly. And let's just talk about the schedule because the schedule is already in the server, whatever. But there are some changes that we have kind of made, especially with some unexpected things we had that came out of nowhere, and we have to just switch it up a little bit. So we're going to start off with the Season 2 Formula Nitro schedule. So one of the things that we are introducing this season are sprint races, which I'm really excited about. That'll be really cool. If you don't know what a sprint race is, well, you should know, and you should look it up because I'm not 100% sure about what it is. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to find the definition of what a sprint race is, okay? We're going to look this up. If I had Jacob here, he would help me out with this, honestly. So, hold up. I think he actually wrote something down. No, he put it in announcements. He put it in announcements. I'm going to go up and see if there's like a thing for it. I'm going to go look right now. But, listen, y'all, I am honestly so excited for this season. It's going to be great. We got a lot of plans for this season, a lot of ideas, a lot of cool things going on, so it's going to be awesome. But there are going to be sprint races, which a lot of y'all are going to be wondering, what are they? Well, I'm about to tell y'all. So, sprint races are basically when you have a race or a qualifying race before the actual main race that basically says, hey, that's where you're qualifying in the actual main race. So it's kind of like a qualifying race, and you also get points for it as well. So that's kind of how it works, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then the main thing I want to really talk about is the fact that we have seen all of this stuff in this offseason. It's been an incredible offseason for Jacob, for Red Bull. That's the main thing. Also, Ferrari had some big changes. Mercedes had some big changes. We're going to talk about all that, as well as Formula 3. As y'all know, Rio won the championship in Formula 3, but she has completely retired from Formula Nitro. She is not going to be able to make it after she actually has a job now and won't be able to race and stuff. So we wish Rio the best of luck with, what she's going on with her life and all that. So, we love to see that she is doing well and all that. So, anyways, let's talk about the recap of basically what happened in around, I believe, November 18th, 2021. Aston Martin was bought out by Jacob. If y'all don't remember, Aston Martin was actually owned by Sokofa and was bought out by Jacob. And now we'll rebrand the team to Toro Rossi, yeah. Toro Rossi, yes. Okay. The IndyCar driver, yes. He has a team. I'm kidding now. Toro Rosso. So, and he is also now the owner of Red Bull and now Toro Rosso. So that is just incredible. And then Ozos and Static Volcano joined the Red Bull Academy and will go along with Meme King. So that is really awesome, to say the least. And then, of course, we have Ferrari being owned by Hurricane now, who co-owns Haas, or now is what Alfa Romeo is now. So Alfa Romeo has replaced Haas. So rip to Haas, it is now Alfa Romeo. So that sucks to suck. But yeah, that's basically what has happened there. But it actually gets a little bit crazier because we're going to go over into the roster changes. A lot of roster changes, actually. I was kind of surprised, to say the least, of what all the roster changes were. But next season's confirmed rides for Mercedes are Rise and Beast Mode. So Rise, obviously, if you don't remember, Rise was actually in the Mercedes seat last season with, Cyrex moving around from, Mercedes to Haas, and now to Red Bull, which is pretty crazy to say the least. And then I think it was he at Aston Martin at one point? I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong about that, but he was all over the place actually. Or no, yeah, he was at Aston Martin, then he went to Mercedes, then he went to Haas, and now he's at Red Bull this season. So that is really crazy, and that's just going to show you something. But Jacob, of course, being in the Red Bull seat is going to change a lot of things, especially with Cyrax right beside him. They're both great drivers, so that is going to be really fun to see how Red Bull does with that. And then, Mercedes with Rise, who have, ran with Mercedes, did really well. Actually got JC probably the chance of winning the championship, but JC did not race in the South Korean GP, which absolutely killed his momentum. Didn't have a replacement driver, and that was the end of his race there. But unfortunately, it just didn't end the way he wanted to after losing at Vietnam, and also the race being ended short after a ton of lag issues were happening on the circuit. So, and then alongside Rise now is Beast Mode. So Beast Mode, if y'all don't remember, Beast Mode was actually penalized for having reckless driving at the start of the Formula 1 season with McLaren, and also with, I believe, Vexo alongside him. So those two got penalized. And McLaren actually looking a little bit different. They have Pratty now. They signed Pratty in the McLaren seat. Kind of wondering why they did, no offense. Pratty's a good driver, don't get me wrong. He always shows up, but he hasn't been the best consistent driver you can see on the circuit every once in a while. So no offense to you, Pratty, but you aren't the most skilled out there out of all the drivers out there. But I am not done with this list, y'all. We got a lot more things. Toro Rosso, of course, having Ozos and Lightning, the team Toro Rosso, of course, being rebranded and stuff like that. Aston Martin completely changed its name to Toro Rosso because Jacob has taken control of that operation. So it is now going to be Ozos and Lightning in Formula 1. So that will be really cool to see. And then, of course, Ferrari with Hurricane and Sakofa. So that will be really interesting. Of course, Hurricane being in the Ferrari, not in the Alfa Romeo anymore this season. So that is really crazy. He's not going to be in the Haas anymore. He's going to be in the Ferrari like his Italian genetics say he should be. So, and of course, Sakofa, the Canadian, going to Ferrari, which is really cool to say the least. And then Alpine, NASA's just there. There's no other driver at the moment. Same with McLaren. All they have is Pratty at the moment. And then Alfa Romeo still, they need to let everyone know what their transactions were for Alfa Romeo and stuff like that. They still haven't done that yet, so that'll be really interesting to say the least what they do in the last 7 days of the off season. So we're going to move on to our next thing, and that is F2 rosters, because that is 100% confirmed, and we are ready to go and move on to that. So this is where things get really interesting. As y'all know, Mercedes had a really good Constructors' Championship, and they won the Constructors' Championship last season. Unfortunately, they did not win the championship, the Drivers' Championship, because Jacob took that straight away from him after he joined Aston Martin. So Mercedes with Splatcat and Johnny. Johnny signing with Mercedes after a lot of stuff happening at Australia. He's going to be returning to the circuit, his favorite circuit on the actual schedule. So that is going to be really interesting when we get to Melbourne and see what happens with Johnny and Splat. And of course, Vexo is not racing after all the stuff that went on, which we're not going to talk about right now, but we hope Vexo is doing well at the moment. And then this is where it gets even more interesting. Red Bull, of course, with a new driver who goes by the name of Orioles. And then, of course, JC retiring in F1. Thought of making a decision that you probably would never see in real life, but decided to switch some things up. And he has joined Formula 2 and has joined Orioles on Red Bull. Yes, I am on Red Bull now, y'all. I am on Red Bull. Yes. Red Bull. I have a Red Bull shirt actually over there, but I'm not wearing it right now. I'm wearing my Westbrook jersey. So, then of course McLaren with Monster Jam fan and D-Boss. So that'll be interesting. I wonder if they'll show up to races because D-Boss has been kind of busy. Same with Monster Jam fan. And then Ferrari with Plush and Type Z. Type Z looking to make himself a name in Formula 2. In Formula 3 didn't have the best performance because of the officiating and stuff like that was kind of dog crap at the moment. So it has kind of changed now. So that'll be really, really interesting. And then, of course, Alpine has absolutely no one at the moment. They have not signed any drivers, which is, it just shows you. Pratty is not doing anything at all at the moment for the team in terms of signing drivers and stuff like that, which, Pratty, if you're listening to this, man, no offense taken, but you got to wake up and you got to sign these drivers, brother. or you're going to lose your team ownership. I'm sorry, but Nas honestly deserves it at this rate because you honestly have done absolutely nothing for the team. Anyways, we're going to move on to Alfa Romeo. They got some great signings this offseason, and they have gotten Nolan, who is a really good driver. He races on iRacing and stuff. He also races in Formula, I think, not Formula 1, sorry. He raced in Formula Q for a bit, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't race in Formula Q. He raced in Fortnite NASCAR League from Commanders. So, Commanders NASCAR Fortnite League. So, he raced in that. He was pretty good at that. And then a new driver who goes by the name of Noah. Noah is actually one of the map builders. He works on all the circuits mostly. Same with Swayze's, of course. Which, by the way, Swayze's is probably going to be back in some sort of seat, so that will be really interesting. We're going to find out. Maybe back at the Alpine seat. And also, one driver we have not talked about at all. Where in the hell is Trumpet? Trumpet hasn't been signed yet. It's going to be really, really crazy, to say the least, in this last 7 days of the offseason to see who gets those final seats, who gets those final opportunities on each team. And it will be really cool to see who makes the different spots and stuff like that. So, Alpine, you got to make some decisions. Same with McLaren and same with Alfa Romeo in Formula 1. But, man, it is going to get really exciting at the end of this offseason. So, we're going to move on to Formula 3, of course. We have the Ratio Racing team with Fishna and Brandeman. So, that will be pretty cool, to say the least, with, of course, Rhea retiring from Formula 3, from Formula Nitro in general, after she has now not been able to have the time to race every single weekend, and now has retired as a Formula 3 champion. So congratulations, Rio. We, appreciate all the hard work you did for the league and all that, and just being a great driver in general. We appreciate putting on a great show with you in Beast Mode. So thank you for that, Rio. We really do appreciate you. So, of course, Ratio Racing with Fishna, a new driver, and then a Brandon Man. But Fishna actually ran pretty well. I think he was in the, I'm not 100% sure. I think he was in the Monster Energy, and then he went to Audi, and now he's at Ratio Racing. I could be mistaken, but yeah, that's how it currently stands. And Fiji Water Racing, they had to make a lot of changes with Beast Mode going straight to Formula 1. And there's now new regulations that say that if you are racing in one certain league, you cannot race in any other leagues out there. So it's just like that. I mean, yeah. He is not going to be able to race in Formula 3. He's going to have to race in Formula 1. So you cannot bushwhack anymore. No longer, y'all. No more bushwhacking. That is not happening anymore. So Fiji Water Racing actually signed Valencian Chestnuts, who is actually Castanet, who's really good. He's a really good driver. Races in, I think, Formula Italy or Formula Spain, something like that. F Spain or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. But it's something like that. So it's really interesting to see how he does. And Fiji Water Racing doesn't have a second driver at the moment, so they're going to have to make a signing there. I am the owner of Fiji Water Racing signing. And of course, Ford Performance doesn't really look different at all, with Static Volcano and Coward at the moment being in that seat. Coward, of course, a driver that we've seen in Formula Q perform really well and is finally getting his shot at racing in Formula 3. So we cannot wait to see what he does. And then Monster Energy Racing getting Ridu and Michael. So that will be cool, to say the least, to see them return back racing for Monster Energy Racing. Of course, Splat Cat's team. Then after that, we have Audi with Pure Plasma Blaze. And then Blue Ninja, a new driver. And I think Pure Plasma Blaze is also a new driver. I could be mistaken. But I think he's new. He's definitely new. Yeah, he's new. He's new. 100% he's new. And then, after all this time, y'all, we have gotten a new team in Formula 3. A new team that goes by the name of G&G Auto Club, Honda. Yes, Genius has gotten his team in Formula 3. So big congrats to Genius for getting a team. He registered and he got his team. And honestly, it's well-deserved because he is the owner of Formula Q. And he has his team, G&G Auto Club, in there. And we were like, okay, add that. I don't care. It's cool. So he added it. And now we have a new team. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, but we might add another one possibly next season. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that is pretty much the updates so far. And now, honestly, I really want to get some interviews. So if anyone is in here that actually races and stuff and wants to talk, they're more than welcome to. So yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you are down to talk, and let me know what your thoughts are on this season and what you think are some big deals about this. Now I have a question, y'all. Did I go over the schedule? Did I go over the schedule, y'all? Did I go over the schedule yet? Did I go over the schedule? Put a 1 if I didn't go over the schedule. I'm not 100% sure if I did or not. But if I didn't, I'm just gonna go over it again because it's honestly important to know for y'all. So once again, as y'all know, next weekend on Saturday, the 8th, we are gonna be racing at Australia for the Australian Grand Prix, which I'm really excited about. Then we're gonna be racing at Marina Bay, and then right after that, of course, we are going to be racing at, believe it or not, South Korean GP presented by Red Bull for the Seoul GP. And then we go to Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, then Bahrain. Then we go to Jamaica, but not quite anymore now because there are some discussions about Sokofa actually kind of removing and remaking the track in a way that fits it. And we might be having the Canadian GP possibly replacing Kingston for this season. And then after that, we have Silverstone for the United Kingdom Grand Prix. Then after that, we have Monza, the Italian GP, the world famous Italian GP at Monza, one of the most popular races on the schedule, and one of the most popular circuits in the world. So you gotta love Monza. You just can't hate it. And then after that, we were going to DC, but due to Joe Biden declining some agreements and stuff like that, we are not going to DC anymore. We're actually going to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. So Red Bull, obviously not having any Dutch drivers at the moment, but it would be nice to see some Dutch drivers and see some Orange fans out there. But unfortunately, that might not happen. But we'll see. We'll see because COVID is kind of getting a little bit bad over there. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, the next Grand Prix we have the Vice City GP, a new circuit on the calendar. Obviously, Bahrain, Baku, and Silverstone, as well as Miami, are all new circuits on the schedule that we've never seen. And we also have another one that's going to be really cool, is the Brazilian GP, which is the last race of the season. But I need to keep talking because the Vice City GP, which is actually a circuit made by, believe it or not, Commander and Hurricane. So big shout out to them. They're the real ones out there. And I wanted to give a big thanks to the other builders, of course, Swayze's and Noble, for absolutely carrying me in every freaking map I do. So thank you to them. Listen, y'all, don't give me credit for building these maps. I literally do. I do some work, but not as much as they do. So they're doing all these calculations and stuff, and I literally feel like I'm just being a complete idiot. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to mess them up. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. So that's what I do. But yeah, big shout out to Noah and Swayze's. If y'all want to go check out their channels, go check them out. They're in the description right now. Same with Commander and same with Hurricane. But anyways, we're gonna move on. Of course, Miami GP happening, and then after that we go to Coda for the United States Grand Prix, a fan favorite Grand Prix, and then right after that, the final Grand Prix of the season is the Brazilian GP. That is your schedule, and then of course, y'all, that is literally pretty much it for this. This is my thing, y'all. I'm really happy because there's another thing I wanted to say and announce is that we've got a new league that is starting. It's going to be called the Karting League. It's basically a proving ground for people who want to, prove that they have a opportunity to race in Formula 3, Formula 2, and Formula 1, and they want to get their shot at it. And that is the way we're going to be doing it. Basically, every single, I think, Friday, or not Friday, I think every single Sunday or Friday. We haven't decided the date or whatever. We're going to be having a proving ground race, and it is going to be for the Karting League, and anyone is able to join in the league that is in there and has registered to join the Karting League. That's all they got to do. They just got to show up, and they get their opportunity. Simple as that. And there's going to be people watching, so you're going to see all the team owners watching these drivers in the lower leagues and seeing if they have an opportunity in Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3, so, any questions out there, y'all? There's a lot of things I really should talk about. I'm curious, y'all. I'm really curious. Let me know. You're Dutch. You're Dutch. Okay. I have an experienced esports driver as well. That's awesome. That's great. So I have a question, y'all. How do y'all feel about the whole season? Are y'all looking forward to it? Are y'all excited about the season? I'm curious. Because I'm really hyped for it. It's gonna be great. And so we just got breaking news. Apparently, Feedwater Racing is actually offering Knox a ride, um, in in F3. So that'll be interesting to see if he accepts it. I don't know if he will or not, but we're gonna see. Okay, cool. He accepted it, and now a new driver on Feedwater Racing, and that is Knox. So congratulations, Knox, on the ride and on the seat. You are now officially in Formula 3. So that is great. But y'all, I honestly want to hear your questions and everything like that. It is going to be great to see how this proving ground works out and see how this league goes, because I am just so hyped for this league, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Me, Jacob, Swayze's, Noah, I mean, Commander, I mean, there's Hurricane, Beast Mode. There are so many people that have worked so hard for this league recently, and I just want to give a big thanks to them. Y'all are the best. Y'all are just the real ones out there, and I just want to say thank you. Y'all are the best. So I'm really excited about the karting league. Y'all are gonna absolutely love it. We're gonna be racing around different circuits and stuff. Is a sprint race like Formula 1 where it decides starting grid, or is it like Formula 2 where it's a separate race? So, Coward, I think it might be both. I'm not 100% sure. It's Jacob's ruling, basically. He's the one who kind of brought the idea. I didn't create that idea, the sprint races and stuff. So, yeah, thank you for understanding all that. So, we're gonna find the possible solutions and stuff. Here we go. Find them. Hold on. I need to find this here, y'all. Let's see. I'm honestly so hyped for Australia, because Australia, y'all, if y'all don't know, there's so much history at that circuit because we have seen so much going on. Yeah, we're using Whiplash. I doubt we're not gonna change vehicles anytime soon, y'all. We're not. Cheer reps are on me boys and girls. Yeah, indeed, man. It's gonna be great. I'm excited about this. Are we gonna have like a conference room before races? Yes, brother. We are gonna have a lot. Dude, listen, y'all. I'm not kidding. I am gonna be grinding the crap out of this league. So, before the Grand Prix, we're gonna have like I think at 9:30 in the morning for me. I'm gonna wake up. I know. It sounds freaking insane. I'm gonna wake up, do pre-race conferences, pre-race stuff like that. It's just going to be insane. So we're going to have a lot of stuff ready for the new season. I really cannot wait for y'all to see what we got up our sleeves. And of course, we'd appreciate it if y'all just dropped a like on this video. Let me know what y'all think about this season. If you guys are excited, just drop a like, man. That'd be greatly appreciated. I mean, yeah, and just thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are just wonderful recently. The F1 video I made, like, I think 2 weeks ago, whatever, it almost has 2,000 views. I think it's, like, really close to 2,000 views, so thank you. I really appreciate it. I got a lot more stuff coming out soon. It's just I've been really stressed with all this stuff going on with school coming back, and then we might be going virtual soon again, which is just unbelievable. So I got a lot of stuff on my mind at the moment. So I'm sorry. I really apologize for not being able to post and stuff, but I've got some stuff coming out soon. So understanding. And that'll pretty much be it for this this Formula Nitro show. So if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comment section, as well as the chat here in the server. And yeah, please let me know if you have any questions or whatever. And also DM me on Discord. I mean, I'm open to DM anyone, whatever. My DMs are always open. If you want to talk, whatever, ask me any questions. And there's also a Q&A chat. There's also a rules idea. If you have any ideas for rules, stuff like that, things we could add to the, league suggestions, stuff like that, please let us know. That'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, if, this happened to be the first video that you've seen by me, please subscribe, drop a like in the video. And, yeah, that'll be it pretty much for the Formula Nitro show, the first Formula Nitro show of Season 2 of the Formula Nitro season. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a great rest of your day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time you're in the world, and we'll see you at Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix.